Here is a terrifying thought. The universe hates a vacuum. If there is an empty space, something will rush in to fill it. Physics teaches us this. But philosophy teaches us that the same rule applies to your mind and your soul. We spend our lives asking, what is the meaning of life? As if the meaning is a hidden treasure chest waiting to be found under a rock. But what if there is no chest? What if the box is empty? The question isn't, what is the meaning? The question is, if I don't create the meaning of life myself, who or what is going to create it for me? If you decide to sit back and do nothing, you don't just exist. You default to the factory settings. First, there is biology. If you don't choose a higher purpose, your DNA has one ready for you. Survive, reproduce, seek comfort, avoid pain. That is the meaning of life for a bacteria. And if you aren't careful, it becomes yours too. You become a slave to your dopamine receptors. Then there is society. Philosophers like Nietzsche warned us about the herd mentality. If you don't write your own script, culture hands you a pre-written one. Go to school, get a stable job, buy things you don't need, retire, die. When you don't actively create meaning, you become a character in someone else's story. You become a consumer for a corporation, a vote for a politician, or a statistic for the economy. You become a means to their end. So why do we let this happen? Why do we let society dictate our values? Because creating your own meaning is terrifying. Jean-Paul Sartre, the French existentialist, called this the vertigo of possibility. He aspiring said, "Man is condemned to be free." Why condemned? Because if there is no predefined meaning, no destiny written in the stars, then you are fully responsible for everything you become. There are no excuses. It is much easier to say, "I did this because my parents told me to," or "I live this way because that's just how the world works." Taking the pen and writing your own sentence requires a courage that most people spend their entire lives avoiding. So, how do we escape the trap? We must shift our perspective. Stop trying to find meaning. Start building it. Meaning is not a noun, it is a verb. It is something you do. It doesn't have to be grand. You don't have to cure a disease or become a billionaire. Meaning is the weight you choose to carry. As Viktor Frankl suggested, meaning is found in responsibility, to a cause, to a person, or to a creative act. When you choose your struggle, the suffering becomes bearable. When society chooses your struggle for you, the suffering becomes torture. The universe has given you a blank page. It is scary, yes, but it is also the greatest gift you possess. Don't let advertisers, politicians, or biological urges hold the pen. If you don't fill the void with your own art, your own love, and your own philosophy, the world will fill it with noise. Write your own sentence. What is one meaning or value you have chosen for yourself, regardless of what society thinks? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe for more philosophy for the modern world. See you in the next one.